Sup everyone, this is Draco Evolve back yet again with some latest Manchester United news, transfer news and speculation. And today we got a few things to cover off today. First up, we're going to talk about Bruno Fernandes' latest transfer update. We're going to talk about Romelu Lukaku, Chris Smalling and Christian Eriksen. So just under 24 hours or roughly to go before the transfer window shuts, and I know we've been covering a lot of Bruno Fernandes, but this is quite interesting in a sense that it doesn't directly involve Manchester United, but news has been coming out that Jorge Mendes, who is, for those of you who do not know who he is a super agent, much in the mold of Raiola, but he's more professional than Raiola. Both are same, both are parasites, you know, but he's more professional in terms of his clients. He's got a very good relationship with Ed Woodward. The way listen me out first. He has been hired by Bruno Fernandes to seek out a transfer away from Sporting Lisbon. He is not Bruno Fernandes' agent, much like De Ligt's transfer to Juventus earlier this summer. Raiola dealt with that, but he wasn't the agent of De Ligt. But Jorge Mendes is overseeing the transfer of Bruno Fernandes. He has been in London to discuss a potential transfer. The two teams that's been strongly linked with him, the only two teams that's been strongly linked with him, is Tottenham and Manchester United. Now, the reason why I talk about Manchester United in the same breath as Bruno Fernandes this late in the transfer window is because Jorge Mendes is the agent of De Gea. He is still the agent of Ronaldo, Jose Mourinho. Jorge Mendes has a very good relationship with Ed Woodward. Now, if you put things together, he could be potentially coming into London in Mayfair, where United's headquarters are based, with the possibility of discussing Bruno Fernandes' hopeful potential transfer to Manchester United. And obviously Spurs are in the fold as well. Spurs are believed to be more in advanced talks. However, they have today, not long ago, made a bid for Lo Celso, which is an Argentine midfielder, for £55.5 million. And how I see it is, why do they need so many midfielders suddenly? Why do they need Lo Celso on top of their packed midfield? And yes, I understand that Eriksen is most likely to leave, but they've already signed Ndombele as well, who's also a midfielder. So it doesn't quite make sense in the sense that Bruno Fernandes, they want Bruno Fernandes as well, unless they're looking to just stifle the deal themselves, you know, get us to up our bid to Sporting Lisbon. Apparently Sporting Lisbon has rejected a offer for Bruno Fernandes. The contracts, apparently according to Daily Mirror, has been agreed between Bruno Fernandes and Spurs, but the fee is rejected. This is apparently the third bid that Tottenham has made that has been rejected. Not sure how much truth is on that, as you know, it's still speculation, but it's a fact that Jorge Mendes has been hired to oversee Bruno Fernandes' potential transfer to which club we do not know, with only two clubs being reported to hold an strong interest, with Spurs and Manchester United. Now, obviously, this all links around the whole concept of it. It might be having a domino effect where we get the money for Lukaku, which we're talking about in a bit, make a bid for Sporting for Bruno Fernandes, and we take him off the hands, and whereas Tottenham sell off Eriksen, get Lo Celso, and that's it, that's them done, because they're still ice cream banner this time. Obviously they're still in the hunt for Dybala, but again there's some situations developing there, the same situation we had in terms of his image rights and his wage structure. So I don't think that's going to happen. But that's the latest around Bruno Fernandes, the latest updates around Bruno Fernandes. And I understand that a lot of you guys want some updates around Bruno Fernandes, and this is it. So to sum up Bruno Fernandes before we move on, Jorge Mendes, the super agent, has been hired by Bruno Fernandes. He is in London this morning negotiating a deal. We do not know which deal, but Spurs are in the front line. However, Spurs have made a bid for Lo Celso not so long ago, meaning that they are stacked in their midfield positions, which means United can be coming into the fold, especially if they're selling Lukaku, and the fact that they have a good relationship with George Mendes as the super agent. Talking about Lukaku, it is official. Inter Milan close to signing Man United striker after £77 million bid has been accepted. So the offer is apparently initially £65 million with £12 million in add-ons. Good riddance. He has been such a disrespectful guy over the whole thing, in praising Conte, flirting with another club, then not reporting to training, and him getting a reported fine of 2 weeks' wages. Also, the fact that he leaked, or he put out a data showing which Manchester United player is the fastest, which he quickly retracted. Oli has not been happy with him about that. He has refused to come into training. Instead, he trained with Anderlecht. Both United and his party has refused to comment. He has basically burnt bridges left, right, centre, isn't it? Credit to Ed Woodward for getting £77 million out of Lukaku, which means that we recoup pretty much what we paid for him, which is a brilliant bit of business. But what are you doing with that money? Are we going to sign a player? Are we expected to recoup money from Lukaku and then make a transfer sensational soup in the last 24 hours for someone like Bruno Fernandes? Someone like Eriksen maybe go in with a better offer. You never know. Eriksen has a preference to play in Spain, as reported by myself, so do go and check it out. When I posted an update around Eriksen this morning, that he has refused for United and he has preference for Spain. But you never know in football. Money talks at the end of the day. If we're getting that much money and we do not go and invest in the last 24 hours or so, and we know we've recouped £65 million cash at least straight up, and there is nobody coming in except for potentially Mandzukic or Llorente for free, there will be a lot of riot. Now, a lot of you guys, much like myself, are panicking, and rightly so. We've only signed 3 players: right back, centre back, and Daniel James, who's a right winger but he's too young. But our midfield is still poor. There is money clearly to be spent, and I don't buy the fact that we're being priced out of the market. If money is available to be spent, go and spend it. It's as simple as that. I will hold judgment on this transfer window until it closes. So expect a video. I think it closes on Thursday night. Expect a video on Friday to do a review of the whole transfer window. If we pull off, and I've been in the last few years where we pulled off Falcao and Di Maria on deadline day, which were big deals, especially Di Maria's case. So Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen, they're in the same mold, if not less. So that's why I'm a bit more calm. Inside, I'm a bit fuming. Ideally, we want them to be coming as soon as possible. Even if somebody comes in at this late stage, I do not believe they will play on Sunday. And that's the fault of Ed Woodward. That's the fault of our transfer policy. That's the fault of our transfer approach, where we're taking too long and things haven't materialized on time to be able to be ready for the first game of the season. I just hope that we do not get someone in the likes of Eriksen or Bruno Fernandes on the last day of the transfer window, the last few days of the transfer window, and then flog off Paul Pogba. That's my thoughts. So let me know your thoughts, what you guys think around the whole Bruno Fernandes saga. Do you feel Lukaku is not going to be missed? And what do you think about Eriksen's situation? Before we go on to the last piece of news, we're going to, as always, you guys know, I go through the comment section. So the yesterday's video I uploaded around Eriksen. In that case, I will go through a comment section, pick a comment and discuss it. So the comment comes from Twisted Tracks and Travel, a fantastic fella. He's a hardcore United fan. He's been an avid supporter on my channel for a long time now, for a few weeks now, for a few months really, before I even shot off to 2,000 plus subs. And such a wonderful guy. Check out his channel. It's called Twisted Tracks and Travel. It should come up big in the screen anyway. And he has this to say: in all honesty, every transfer window should shut on the same day, on the same minute, not the hourly time difference. I agree with that. I did say that, why is the Premiership shutting on Thursday when the rest of Europe has a couple of more weeks for transfers? Because that still puts you in danger, isn't it? In a sense that we could sign everyone we need to sign, and the league, the window shuts, then Madrid come in and take Pogba. or give the appropriate bid for Pogba, unsettling Pogba even more. What happens then? Even if you sign Bruno Fernandes, Pogba goes, still our midfield is weak. Because let's face it, Pogba is better than Bruno Fernandes. He's clearly our best outfield player anyway. So I believe that every transfer window, and much like what Twisted Tracks and Trouble has said, should be shutting at the same time. So everybody's business out of the way. Everyone's ready for the new season. All the players are ready for the new season. There is no transfer rumors or talks or speculation to unsettle anybody, or bids, or taking players suddenly. Nothing. There should be nothing. It should be straight, done, dusted, finito. Here's the transfers. Here's your players. Off you go. But thank you so much for the comment, buddy, as always. On to the last topic of the day, Chris Smalling. So Everton have a loan bid rejected for Chris Smalling. So as it says, Manchester United have turned down a bid from Everton to take Chris Smalling on a season-long loan. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sees the England international as an integral part of the defence alongside new signing Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. He signed the contract in last December, keeping him until June 2022, with an option to extend for a further year. I agree with that. I think Chris Smalling is probably our third or second joint best defender now, clearly behind Harry Maguire and in line with Lindelof. I think between them three, there will be regular starters, one or the other, or two out of those three will be definitely starters. As much as criticism he gets, he's a good defender. He's a decent defender who can do a job for us, compared to, say, we have Jones, who's more of a risk. Rojo's always injured. Bailly is always injured, and Tuanzebe is still young. Now that's what I feel. We were right to reject the loan deal. Now obviously if they came in for a loan deal or whatever for Phil Jones or something like that, yeah, get rid of them. It's as simple as that. Get rid of them. But we are overly stacked in the defensive area, and it's going to be really surprising what we do over the next 24 hours. You look at Damian, surplus the requirements. Rojo, Bailly is injured, so I don't think he's going anywhere. Nobody's going to come in for him. Phil Jones and possibly Chris Smalling, but certainly those four, the first four that I mentioned, definitely, I think one of them has to leave because we are too packed in that area. And I don't know, especially when Tuanzebe is coming in, who's had a fantastic season with Villa last season. He's expected to feature a lot more this season. So where are you going to fit in all of them? That's like, what, 6 or 7 centre backs. Like, where are you going to fit all of them in? I think 4 should be the max, with the 5th one being a youngster, you can say, in this day and age, because we've got a lot of games. But 6 or 7, you're not going to please everyone, and they're going to be just deadwood, just going to be sitting there, whatever they're doing, disrupting the team, or if they get angry, disrupting the team. It's simple as that. Or they're just we're taking up our wage structure when we can kind of get rid of them and use that money to advance other players' contracts, the ones that's deserving, or sign players in itself. But that's my thoughts around Chris Smalling and our centre-back positions. Don't forget, guys, to tune in every day for the latest Manchester United transfer news and speculation. I will be going live every day. I was live pretty much every day since the window has started. But obviously, tomorrow we'll have another show. Hopefully the last day. Let's see how it works. Friday definitely going to be the review of the transfer window. And for those that is coming in, I will greatly appreciate it if you can smash the like button and subscribe. I am still growing, and it gives me a lot of motivation to take these contents out to you guys and take it from there, really. And as always, guys, I catch you guys in the next upload.